Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 right around the 9-yard line. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. They've got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, 95 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Oh, this is blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. And he gets it past the 30, but not much further than that. And the extra point attempt snuffed down.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, that's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them, because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's why I was just going to say first quarter. We'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Wright's got it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he was going to move to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
Third down now, C.J. Anderson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Gano's kick is right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. First and 10, it's Jackson. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Detroit! Gone!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
He's got it. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. They go play action now. Jackson caught by Snead over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. On 1st down, they go to Dixon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll run the counter with Collins. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. This is Collins on the handoff. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carolina getting set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Newton to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Fielded at the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Play fake. Here's Jackson. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19. All right, now, 3-19. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Leopard.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get the game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. They find some open field here. And avoids the contact by sliding. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he is swallowed up right. At the line of scrimmage.
Leopard!
On second down, here's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
On third down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up in the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would stay up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that's caught by Smith. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A very solid gain of 27. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Newton now to throw. Complete to right. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jarius Wright, 32 yards. And the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead will shrink to 6. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards the pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it. And move the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Leopard!
On second down, Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Ravens on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Thompson. He's the one that finally ends up corralling him, and my goodness, that is a disastrous loss. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now Jackson on second down. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the outcut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run with Collins. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Thomas Davis with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying. And he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Here's Newton. Got a man. It's right. They convert on third with a gain of 22. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
From the 50, Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
After the interception, here's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. First and goal, Collins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Alex Collins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Here we go, fellas.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Set. Like 80. Right down. Get right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Willie Henry in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Newton. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
One last throw here for Newton. This is caught and out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
180. Do so.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's